When I ventured onto Twitter today, which is something rare for me nowadays, I saw everyone talking about GTA. It turns out the most popular game of the year that everyone wants to play is Our Life.
It's Our Life, yeah.
Think about it. Everyone's like, GTA 6, GTA 6. In GTA 6, think about it. I'm a big, rich, powerful man who manages to get money, and he goes to jail because he's a rule breaker and isn't afraid to say what he thinks, and he has a hot girl and girls love him, and everybody knows him on the street. He has a good reputation. He doesn't take crap from anybody, and he has fast cars and boats, and he gets to go out there in the world, and he gets to do whatever he wants.
I want to pretend to be him.
You people are going to sit there with a controller pretending to be me
for thousands of hours of your life. And when you're finished playing, you're still going to be nobody.
So instead of going out there becoming the guy, you can go out there and become the character from GTA 6 in the real world, or you can sit and LARP online. There are some actual important psychological cues I have noticed in the GTA 6 advertising that highlights just how desperate every single man on the planet is to be either you or I. First things first, the main character is big, strong, and ripped. How many times have people said muscles don't matter, but when they play a fictional man, do they want to be a weak, skinny little man or a big, strong man?
Or a fat, lazy man?
The main character owns his time. He does what he wants, goes where he wants. He doesn't have a 9 to 5, he owns his time, which is what we talk about escaping the Matrix, making some money.
Yeah.
The main character is in love with some chick. The chick is Latina or something, I believe, and we all know that the biggest losers on earth are obsessed with Latinas.
Yeah.
You find a fucking loser in his bedroom, he's like, big booty Latina. You want a Russian blonde Barbie. That's...
Whew. I'm just gonna stop the video from here. I kind of see where he's coming from with this, but this was stuff. But there's one big problem though. One big problem where Andrew Tate is not realizing. Why do people play GTA 5? GTA, the upcoming GTA 6. Why are people going to be focused on that? It's not just about the money, the cars, and the mansion, the hot girls. When I actually do hop onto GTA, I don't really just drive cars, getting hot girls, going to the strip club. There's some parts that you can't do in real life, but you can do in the game. We're talking about risk. This is what we're talking about, right? We're just talking about risk. What are the risks in real life? When you get shot, right? There's no way coming back. Even when you go into the ocean, the deep ocean, right, without the oxygen mask, right, oxygen mask, you can't even come back from that. In real life, no one would want to take that risk. He posted on his Twitter, right, people are moving away from real life just to enter in GTA. No, it's not, dude. I have friends. I have a girlfriend. We go out, we do this, we do that. If you see a car, right, and a helicopter, and this car is a Ferrari. Just imagine, right? In real life, you see a Ferrari and the helicopter. There's like 5, 6 thugs. They look at the Ferrari, and they look at the helicopter. Which one do you think? Which one do you think they would steal? They would steal the helicopter, even though it has keys in there, even though no one's not there. Just to keep an eye on it. Which one they would steal? Tell me. It's so obvious. They're gonna steal the Ferrari. No one's gonna steal a freaking helicopter. So what I'm trying to say is that people don't want to risk that in real life. They get it. No one can really risk that. Okay, dude, there's a helicopter. Let's go steal it. Would you ever dare, right, to fly a jumbo plane by yourself without a trainer? Like without a personal trainer, without any employees working with you, would you do that by yourself? You wouldn't do it, even though if you have the money, right? You wouldn't fly the plane by yourself. A jumbo plane. We're talking about risk. We're not talking about hot girls and driving a Ferrari or that people don't want to do in real life because you only have one shot at life, right? So would you ever you gotta ask yourself, right? Would you ever do that? Like, would you ever see the plane? If you see the plane, right, and you want to be like, okay, I want to steal it. I want to fly above the clouds. Would you do that? In GTA 6, it would take you a good 10 minutes to steal the plane and fly without worrying, without stressing. And you know what? Maybe this could motivate someone in real life to become a pilot, right? Because people are gonna be like, oh shoot, what does it feel like to sit right from the jumbo plane, flying the plane by yourself, right? Oh, so we're talking about in GTA 6, right? It gives you the idea. Rockstar is known as making something so realistic. But what if I want to become a pilot? There's a majority of people, right? They role play in GTA, playing as cops, right? And guess what? They move on to doing a military in real life. They actually literally say, this game actually helped me out to become a military. It helped me to like realize how dangerous it is. So I gotta be careful if I join the military. You know, being as a police officer, I gotta be careful, right? There's a lot of risk behind this. When I go into GTA 5, you know what the first thing I do? I don't just drive around, because I can do that in real life. I go all the way up to the sky with a jet, the private jet, flying the jet by myself, and I just skydive. But with that, no parachute. That's freaking scary. I skydive above the clouds, then go all the way down into the ocean. Would you do that in real life? Would you, like, come out of your plane, just you all alone, right, in the plane, in a private jet plane, you coming out, right, and doing skydiving without a parachute? Because your goal is hitting the ocean, going to the ocean, above the clouds, right? From the clouds and all the way to the ocean. Would you do that? I really want to hear this. I really do want to hear this, right? Would you ever do that? That's why people want to risk it in GTA 6 and see what it looks like. Okay, what happens if I... there's not a list down here. I was playing GTA 5 multiplayer. I was getting chased by gangs. 4 or 5 gangs, they were chasing me. And I went to the ocean. The depth of ocean, like, it was so deep, right? I was literally like swimming. What I just came across in the ocean was a whale. And this whale was so big, right? It was so gigantic that I was swimming with the whale. And the gangs were shooting me from the boat. Now, would you see that in real life? You getting chased by gangs, and you're in the ocean, trying to get away from them. Like, this happened in GTA, right? But I'm talking about real life. Just imagine, would you ever see something like this in real life? You go into the ocean, swimming, and all of a sudden you just see this freaking whale. And you get chased by gangs, and guess what? This whale was so big, right? Yeah? You just want to swim right underneath. And I was getting, in GTA 5, I was getting shot by the gangs, right? In multiplayer. And it was so funny. I was actually laughing my ass off, like, what the hell? Right? It's like this whale is actually protecting me from the gangs. It's literally covering me from the bullet. You see the bullet coming through the into the ocean, like into the water, right? It looks like some Matrix style right there. But anyways, that's something that you're not gonna see in real life. Come on, let's be honest. You're not gonna see that in real life. There's absolutely no way. Hell no. There's some events that happen in GTA, right? That can't really happen in real life. If that was willing to happen in real life, that freaking whale would eat me up, and that's it. We all know this, right? You only have one shot at life. You can't respond back. That's another thing. You can't really respond back. Andrew and Tristan, I really like you guys, right? I completely respect you guys, and I'm not against nothing what you guys do. I just want you guys to understand why people play GTA 6. In fact, you play GTA 6. And do the things that you can't really do. Find the things in GTA 6 that you can't really do. Try that. I want you to try that. They're going to have a zoo in this game. I believe they're going to have a zoo in this game, or a national park, right? Approach a creature, or probably like a bear or a mountain lion. Go to it, yeah, in real life. Let's see if it attacks you. And that's a risk. It will attack you. In GTA 6, right, it's going to have wildlife, a crazy wildlife system is going to be happening. I'm not saying, we can, do something like this in real life to motivate, someone to, harm animals. No, we're not saying. We're here to, see what's danger, right? We see the danger. Okay, you know what? In real life, we don't want to do that. Do you understand? That's why people want to see the risk in GTA 6. Like, okay, what if I just, go closer to this elephant? What would it do to me? You wouldn't try that in real life. No, you wouldn't. Absolutely, hell no. You wouldn't even dare, right? I seen you guys did a tug of war against a lion, right? Trying to grab the rope, right? But you wouldn't do that if there was no windows there, right? You wouldn't do that. Even I wouldn't. You wouldn't do that, right? And you're a strong guy. You wouldn't even toss around with these kind of animals, right? This one, right? You could be like, okay, what if in GTA say, okay, what if I go close to this animal? What if I get close to this NPC? What would happen? Will this attack me? Let's try. Who cares if it's gonna attack? You'd have to question to yourself, because this isn't a video game, right? But it's gonna make you understand about the reality. If I was willing to do this in real life, this animal would kill me. It's gonna destroy me. Let's talk about guns now, right? When you watch a movie and you see a gun, how it operates. But then you realize, okay, I'm gonna try this in real life, right? But then you know how it operates. There's a trigger. the bullet goes right at the top, right? You can reload, and there's like it has like there's a reload mechanic thing with it, right? It's because the reason you know that because it's you see it in the movies. They're not gonna teaching that in school, man. It's the same thing with video games. When you see that gun, a double barrel shotgun, dude. You know, double barrel shotgun. When I tested this barrel shotgun, right, on a person, obviously in the game, you can easily instantly kill someone. Like I did it in a video game, right? But this video game was telling me it's real life. It's what you see in real life. What Rockstar has added, right? This is gonna help us make us realize that what's danger in real life, right? Okay, this gun is dangerous. Oh, guns are dangerous, right? But how powerful is it? This double barrel shotgun, right? I want you guys to play GTA 6, and I want you to try out the things that you can't really do in real life. There's a lot of crazy stuff like look at this. I'm looking at some like the list on here, man. Like, okay, would you ever take a boat all by yourself and go all the way, right, surrounded by ocean? Would you take this boat by yourself, going all the way, far away from the city wherever you live, right, just by yourself, and you're just literally stuck? You're just surrounded by water. That's it. Would you ever do that? Without your phone, without anything? We're talking about risk here. This is what I do in GTA 5, right? In GTA, I take the boat, right? And I go all the way to the ocean. Far away from the city, from the people. I don't want to see no lifeguards. I just go middle of nowhere. All you see just clouds and the ocean. Is that Castaway? You seen that movie? It was like that. Would you ever take the risk, Andrew? You also, we wouldn't, right? You wouldn't take that risk. And when you get to the middle of the ocean, what would you see after that? You see a whale. Imagine that. In Castaway movie, you see that. Okay, now there's one part. There's so many parts that I can literally just list down. Okay, using cheat codes, right? Cheat codes, infinite health. Like you can become invincible. Obviously, I'm not sure if you don't know how cheat works. So basically, you cheat in the game. So you type this cheat code and it gives you the unlimited ammo, and you become invincible, and you become like very like powerful. That is something that we're not gonna get in real life. No one's not gonna live forever. You and I, we're gonna be living in the same grave. Like we're just gonna be no difference when that time comes, right? Anyways, we're not gonna get that in real life. Invincible, yeah, getting like infinite ammo, all of that. This is gonna be happening in GTA 6 as well, right? You can hijack tanks in GTA. Would you ever hijack a tank in the game? Would you ever do that? Yeah, you question yourself, why are people bum sucking in this game? Even I'm bum sucking in this game right now. It's not because of the hot girls and the Ferrari and like the mansions. We're not talking about that. No, you're getting this all wrong. We're looking at the stuff that we can't do. Even you can't do it. Even the president, even he wasn't able to do it. Even he was not able to pull this off. Because it's a risk. You need to look at that. Why people are so bum-sucking in this game. Would you drive your Bugatti racing on the highway with there's like a lot of cars? Would you ever like do that? Like dodging the cars? You know, like in one of those movies, like Bad Boys, like doing that. Would you ever risk that? Because obviously, firstly, it's you're gonna die like that, and secondly, they're gonna arrest you, right? There's also there you go. There's a risk. But in GTA 6, even if they arrest you, can do it again and feel like, and you know what? Okay, I want to see what it feels like right now. I actually really want you guys to play this game. You even mentioned this, Andrew, that you never played GTA games, but you kind of understand like where this game's coming from. Like, yeah, it's about like it's about like leveling up and all of that kind of thing, and achievements. But if you actually did played it, and then it's gonna make you realize, okay, all right, you know what? This is why people actually play GTA 6, not because hot girls and Bugattis and all that kind of thing. No, there's more. It's way more than that, Andrew. It's way more than that. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna start the video here. Just look, don't send no hate or anything. Just be respectful, okay? Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.